If you are the kind of player who enjoys MMOs and building a character from scratch, gradually grinding and leveling them up and defeating whatever calamity ensues in that world, then MMORPGs are perfect for you. We here at Cuboid Gaming have played a few MMORPGs and are always on the hunt to find new ones that will keep us entertained for a long time. Since most people prefer to buy and play games through Steam on PC, here are some of the best MMORPGs you can play on Steam right now. This is Chug from Cuboid Gaming, and today I'll walk you through my selection of some of the best MMORPGs you can play via Steam. Starting off with the classic, Wurm Online is a 17-year-old MMORPG that has laid some of the basic foundations of what it means to be an RPG game of this scale. The players are greeted by an untamed land that requires a lot of time to explore and cultivate. The game technically is free to play, but requires a premium membership, which costs about $4 a month if you want to level up past level 20 and achieve some of the much needed bonuses, like the ability to invite players to establishment, get rarer loot, ride creatures, and other grind reducing bonuses. Players can experience Wurm both in PvE and PvP, and explore the map at their own pace. Wurm can most definitely feel like a proper commitment, and will require you to spend a good amount of hours wrapping your head around the different RPG mechanics. But once you do that, then things will start becoming more effortless, and you'll start getting that MMO kick. Neverwinter is an action MMORPG based on the Dungeons & Dragons games. This game is a decade old as well, and it has very positive ratings on Steam due to its fast-paced yet smooth combat, easy level up mechanics, and the ability to learn almost all of its mechanics very early on in the game. Neverwinter is a better free-to-play experience compared to Wurm Online, and it offers everything from start to finish completely free. It lets players create a character by choosing between 13 different races and 9 unique classes, each with a different combat style for players to gradually master. There are 6 regions for the players to explore and scratch their D&D itch properly by fighting dragons and other deadly monsters. If this is something that intrigues you, then go check out Neverwinter on Steam for yourself. Spiral Knights is a co-op focused MMORPG set in space, where players are tasked with reaching the planet's core by solving complex co-op puzzles and battling hordes of aliens. Spiral Knights is free to play and allows the players to form guilds and go together in search of different materials to make it easier for players to explore the changing clockwork map. The map keeps changing and presents players with new hurdles and challenges. The endgame in Spiral Knights is its danger missions. There are 4 of them, and some are more challenging than others. There is a boss encounter at the end of each danger mission, and completing them rewards players with some rare loot and currency. Spiral Knights might not be the long-term RPG you're looking for, but it is a fun game that you and your friends can check out on Steam. Albion Online is a medieval fantasy MMORPG that lets players explore 5 giant biomes. It is fun because the game relies on player-crafted scenarios and stories. Everything you see, including the buildings, vendors, and market rates, is player-driven. Albion's classless system allows players to mix gear, weapons, and mounts. They aren't confined to restrictions of any class. Albion also offers randomly generated dungeons for players to explore, either alone or in a party. Co-op dungeons are a tad bit tougher but offer better rewards. There are small and large-scale battles for players to partake in that require a good amount of strategizing and prep work before you can waltz in with your troops. Albion also offers cross-platform support where your progress can be accessed from your phone, tablet, MacBook, or Steam. If that piques your interest, then go check it out for yourself. Trove is another free-to-play action RPG on our list that believes in player-created content and stories. Get ready to explore an infinite Minecraft-esque world where you are free to create whatever you want, whether it be a full-fledged dungeon or smaller levels, and explore it with your friends. You can ride dragons as you ride into battle and pillage for exotic loot. As you can tell from our explanation, this game focuses more on the fun side of things rather than being a hardcore MMORPG, so Trove is the best option on this list if you and your group are looking for a good time in an RPG with a lot of creative freedom. There's a vast arsenal of weapons and innovative creation tools for players to tinker with, so be prepared to spend a lot of time creating challenging dungeons and other missions for your party and others across the globe. Guild Wars 2 is one of the most fleshed out MMORPGs on this list. The expansive world is made in a way where exploration is highly encouraged and rewarded. You'll find interesting characters and adventures waiting for you. The game also focuses on rewarding players for every action they perform in game, with XP to help make leveling up less grindy and tedious. Guild Wars 2 has a wide variety of weapons. Each character will wield them differently based on their profession and personality. The game cycles through seasons and expansions that bring even more content to the table and ensure that the players always have some objective to chase and better loot to get. An optional premium account upgrade lets you bag more resources, gain daily login rewards, and more. If you spend many hours, you can invest in the game to make things easier for yourself. The game never forces you to go the paid route. Check out Guild Wars 2 on Steam if you enjoy quality MMOs. If you are browsing a list of the best MMORPGs, there is no way you've never heard of Runescape. This has been the game many of us have played our entire childhood, looting, scavenging, and trading with people across the globe. The developers took around 20 years to envision the MMO world they wanted, and finally released Runescape according to modern standards a few years back. The concept of Runescape is simple. If you can think about doing something, you can do it. Players can learn and master more than 25 different skills, and use those skills to earn a living in-game. There is a huge area for players to explore. Tropical castles, cities, ruins, barren stretches, and much more. And all of that can be either explored alone or with a party. The game is free to play, but there is a premium path you can take that unlocks additional quests and access to every location on the map. RuneScape is a bit daunting and demands a lot of time from its players, but those who learn its ways often never leave for another MMORPG. It offers a satisfying gameplay cycle that lets MMO fans join a massive community of existing players. If you're looking for an MMORPG set in the Star Wars universe, then Star Wars: The Old Republic is just that. It is an MMORPG set 3,000 years before the events of the original Star Wars films, and lets players experience what it is like to live in the galaxy as a Sith, Jedi, bounty hunter, or whoever you want to be. Every player will have a unique experience and story to share, which makes this an MMORPG worth being on this list. The game features a proper story mode that expands with each expansion, and over 20 planets for the players to explore. Players can engage in hectic PvP battles or PvE encounters against world bosses and other dangers, or you can build your abode on the many different planets in the game and relax there occasionally. A fleshed out and player managed marketplace lets you buy and sell almost everything in game. Star Wars: The Old Republic also offers a premium subscription that rewards players with the latest expansions, a raised max level cap, monthly currency, XP, and other benefits. If you are a Star Wars fan or not, this game is definitely worth checking out. Lost Ark is one of the more recent MMORPGs to release, and it certainly made some waves when it came out. Many streamers were also playing and enjoying it, which further intrigued a lot of people to check it out. This too is a free-to-play action-packed MMORPG that allows players to create a unique character from various class options and explore a densely packed world. The game looks stunning even by modern standards, and allows players to embark on raids, dungeon runs, farming, and looting runs, and solve countless open world puzzles. The combat is also quite flexible in its approach. You can be a sharpshooter who takes down their enemies using poisonous bullets, or heavy-hitting brawler who prefers fights to be more up close and personal. It feels good to play any playstyle, which makes for an excellent MMORPG. There's an expansive skill tree to support your desired playstyle, and hours of gameplay and grind to keep you busy. Check out Lost Ark on Steam if it's something that looks interesting to you. Path of Exile is the ultimate MMORPG. It is the densest and most well thought out RPG game out there. The game supports almost every playstyle and build that you can think of. Support items play a significant role in ensuring your build plays precisely how you want it to be, and gives you that power fantasy from the get-go. The game's brutal PvP modes push players to ensure they come prepared with the best gear possible. You can make your hideout to manage and craft all your gear and items before venturing towards the next objective or dungeon. Another good thing about this game's approach to monetization is that the devs are committed to make the game fun and fair for free to play and paid crowds. If you've got hours to sink into an RPG and a friend to help you guide through all the starting chapters of the game, Path of Exile is perhaps the best MMORPG you can play on Steam right now. MMORPGs are very difficult games to get into since you don't need to sink a lot of time into them. I've tried to include games that intrigue all kinds of MMO players and hope that something also catches your eye. If you have tried one of these games from our list, let us know down in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, and think about subscribing if you enjoy our content. Thanks everyone for watching.